Hello, and welcome back to the Polyester Atlas. I'm joined as ever by Eric, Sasha, and Nick, and today's episode is a new arrival special. We all got absolutely tons to show you, so let's get stuck in. So Eric, what have you got for us that's new?
Well, I've got a bunch of stuff. Not all of it's here, so if anybody does want to see some other things, there's a bunch more probably on my Twitter at 211 Canadian. But let's see what I got here. Okay, so we've got there's a couple French away shirts that I've always liked. This is one of them. I think it's 2015, I want to say.
I've always found it kind of ridiculous.
No, sorry, 2019, 2020. And I don't know. I like it. It's classy. It's simple. I could picture a Frenchman wearing this. So, it's kind of good. Not as much as I can picture one wearing the mime or the Russian sailor shirt.
Yeah, the stripy guy. There aren't really enough spotty shirts in the world.
No, there's not. Actually.
I can't really think of any others.
I always think that one looks like a hospital gown with the.
It does actually. I'll cut the back out of it just to to go for that effect.
Wear it with your assless chaps.
Exactly. I know it's I got the 2020 Dutch away. They did use this in the Euro. Somebody posted a picture. Yeah. It's not orange though, Sash. Oh, it's got a lot, but it has a button. It has two. I don't know why. I have a thing for black shirts with orange trim. Actually, it has the KNVB in there, which I didn't know until I actually saw it in person. Not too bad. It was kind of an impulse buy. I went into the shop looking for a Slovenia, which I thought I'd seen, but they didn't have one. Okay, let's get something a little more exotic. We've got a Senegal.
Cool.
This was match worn in a match they played against Luxembourg. The guy's last name is Sane, but I think they're all pretty, I could just guess, and probably 40% of people are going to have that last name. I have the details on my Twitter as well, but that one is match worn. I got a 99 Paraguay,
Awesome.
which these seem to be going around. I think Jacob got one of these too. I saw it on his thing. Now, here's the interesting thing. Because I'm starting to get bitten by Nick's, kind of Uber Excel sheet thing going. I researched the crap out of this because certain collectors have this shirt, but it has a red puma. So I was like, oh no, people are going to call me a fraud and, all these things. How did they know? There are two versions. There's a red puma and a blue puma, and the team wore both. They wore the blue one against Colombia and against Mexico. At the very least, there may be more, but that's all I found so far. But it's also pretty cool because it's got the map on it, and the fact that I have a Venezuela shirt, and so does Nick, that has a map on it.
Yeah, it's an actual polyester atlas shirt.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. There's not that many countries in CONMEBOL. Do they all have one? That's why I got so excited when I saw that fake Argentina.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, well, crap, there's three.
Yeah, but sadly not. It's a shame. It's a really cool design, but it's one of those concept ones that I assume someone in China has just gone, let's knock up a real version of this. Maybe they thought it was real. I mean, who knows? I can't really understand why else they would bother.
And you're going to have to get the one with the red puma now as well.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye out for it, but we shall see. And then I have a New Balance Costa Rica, which, that Senegal was 2018, by the way. And this is 2015, and it was worn by the very Costa Rican sounding Campbell.
Cool.
Let's see. I got a white shirt with that. And somebody it fell on a Canada logo. but it's from the FA with the numbers. The only local shops aren't doing the official numbers, so if you want numbers,
Cool. I like
It's
that.
a cool font. I like that at least. The
yeah,
shirts.
it is. It saves it. And the same with this, more or less plain red version. I love how this one, the badge is even sewn on like completely crooked.
Yeah, pro. Well done.
I have a BAHRAIN match-worn shirt, and again, thanks to Nick and his obsessive research, we're able to find photos. Luckily, the seller, super knowledgeable guy, always has great stuff. He's like, this was worn by a guy that played either against Yemen or what was the other match they used this one in, Nick?
Was it? I can't remember. Was it
Uzbekistan?
Was it?
Uzbekistan, yeah.
Yeah, we found these a couple of times.
The only two matches where they wore this Romai shirt, and it is pretty neat. The badge is a nice hardy material, and the Romai is like sticky rubber. It's quite a nice shirt, and that's worn as well.
But Eric, I've actually done the research on Bahrain.
Oh, did you?
You did read that.
I didn't know. Nick was plagiarizing it and passing it off as his own.
It was left blank. I had to find footage of on YouTube.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I've added that to your spreadsheet now.
The spreadsheets you guys are putting together are awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to say they're a great replacement for that now defunct Japanese site, but they're even beyond that.
Yeah, way beyond it.
Yeah, like the YouTube captures, I'm utterly shocked for the kind of stuff we're looking for most of the time. YouTube is a way better resource than pretty much anything I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. I have a Mexico match worn. Now, I said on Twitter that I really like this shirt, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's like horrible. There's just something about the little flash of color down here that goes with, the curtains match, the drapes, and this. It looks okay. Worn by a Mexican guy, I presume. No, M. Leon. I looked him up. He's all right.
Is that actually from the World Cup?
World Cup. Actually, Confederation Cup.
Ah, all right.
Cool.
Is that
Nice.
I didn't even look at that until.
I've never. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
This is an India match-worn goalkeeper shirt, which obviously it's just a template. But when they personalize it for India, their kit man puts something in there, which is kind of cool. This guy, Subrata, either has the world's worst fitting clothing or he is a giant. I mean, he could literally stand there and just wingspan the entire net.
I mean,
this shirt is massive.
You'd hope for his sake that he's a giant, rather than just like having sleeves that are trailing along the ground because he's a midget.
Right.
That triangle
Let's just do one other quick one, and that'll be it. Everybody saw these selling for mental money for a couple weeks there on eBay. The Japan 100th anniversary shirt comes in a box. I get excited like a hobbit at the Prancing Pony. It comes in a box. Yeah, just pretty good. Shirt-wise, it seems like a lot of countries were wearing blue 100 years ago. Canada's first, the shirt that they celebrated at their centenary was blue. Ireland's that's coming up is blue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This is blue. It's a weird baby blue, but it's a really nice shirt. There comes with some other goodies in the box. There's some, high quality photos. The flag is like, if that's sewn on, it's done so well that you can't even find an edge. It feels like that's actually right into the material of the shirt.
Can you hold it a wee bit higher?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I actually haven't taken this one out of the box to take photos of or whatever. I was going to buy a couple to have it spare, but I didn't. Should have. I could have got them like at the cost, but now they're kind of gone. Oh, and I'm wearing finally I got one of the Jamaica Peacock away shirts from 2015. That's why I had 2015.
Yeah, I love that shirt. It's great. Okay, brilliant. That's fantastic. An absolute buttload of shirts. So, okay, Nick. So what have you got that's new to show us?
Right, first up is Umbro's new Zimbabwe shirt.
Oh yeah, it's a beast.
I love it.
It's ridiculous.
I think it debuted at Chan in like January. I'm not sure. This is cool. It's kind of spoiled a little bit by the Zimbabwe flag just in the front there. It's fairly subtle on the green shirt, but yeah. Apart from that, I love that. I think it's brilliant.
Apart from that, there's nothing subtle about it.
Right. So shirt number 1. We've got next. I was doing my research on New Zealand, and I realised I didn't have this one yet. It's very, very plain with these fancy gold bits there. So I've got a lot of New Zealand in my New Zealand sub collection, so I picked that up fairly cheaply. Gabon. Pretty sure this is going to be a match shirt because it's got 18 on the back.
And no name. Yeah, I mean, that looks...
yeah, I don't know what level it would have been at, but
But it doesn't have the signature on the Anus logo, I think.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
It does.
yes, it's tiny after the S. So yeah, quite good. I've got the away version already. The away one's like a grey and red thing, I think.
Yeah,
so nice.
I've got the Benin version, match worn as well.
Yeah, I've got the Benin version. I'm thinking of that.
There's a lot of that vintage of Airnest shirts popping up in Belgium on their small ads.
Yeah, I think that some of the coaches and stuff have started realising that they've got a bunch of shirts they can sell off. So
yeah,
it's good to start getting them in the collection because they used to be impossible to get, and now I'm sort of gradually filling in gaps, sort of 10 years later.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't opened these yet, but I've got these from Vintage Football Shirts. So that's the Iraq away and home shirts.
Are those the cuneiform ones or the older ones with the big lion?
They've got the big lion on.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a worn one of the white one.
Actually, those have cuneiform on them too, but I think the later set they ditched the lion and just went with the...
Yeah, I quite like the one with the lion. I did find pieces of being used as well. So that was my worry. I don't think they used it for very long. Right, finally managed to get hold of this. Is my favourite Adidas template. I always go on about this one, but finally managed to get the Sweden away. These used to be on eBay all the time for like 20 quid or something.
I got mine for about 6 quid.
Yeah. I got mine for about... I think someone was selling one on Twitter and asking me like 150 or something like that. I was like, no, I'm not spending that.
Ooh.
And then I managed to get it for about 50 on eBay. So.
Wow, that's pretty much a demonstration of the way prices have gone in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
it's absolutely mad. I mean, they were 10 a penny as well. Like
I was trying to get it for like under 30 quid basically, and I was holding out too long, and the price was gradually going up. I thought I need it. And we did finally find footage of it in use, didn't we? Against
friendly against Jamaica.
It's Jamaica
in '98. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a photo of some people in the crowd, and you can see the players in the background playing in it.
yeah, and that was the best picture. There's one other picture, and it's taken from about 1,000 miles away. It looks like it's been taken from space, and you're like, okay, there are some blue pixels there miles away, so I'm assuming that that's them wearing that shirt. But there is actually a close-up picture of one of the Swedish team wearing.
Yeah, I've noticed it on your blog.
Yeah.
Also, it's got the woven into fabric. You can maybe see there.
There's the SFF in there, right?
And there's quite a lot I've seen that don't have that. So I'm unsure if they're official or if they were sold as like a rerun or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know. There was some club team who, I think it was that template. It might have been Shrewsbury or someone like that.
Stockport County wore it.
Yes.
Was it Crystal Palace maybe?
And they had to get them at the total last minute, and they've got is it the Swedish logo?
No, it's Romania.
Yeah,
it's Romania. Yeah, someone's
got the Romanian logo all through the weave. So that famous Stockport in Romania.
Right, next one, another Gabon shirt.
I've always been really partial. I don't have nearly enough of those. I love that.
Well, with the vertical stripe on it.
Yeah.
I have a fake one of that was sent to me by the German ambassador to Gabon. Sadly, it's a very poor fake.
Well, this one, I've seen a few fakes around, but there's something about the material you can sort of tell with it's a really weird fabric. It's got all these dots all over it. I think that's a sort of giveaway for this. I have seen fakes, but yeah, I'm fairly confident on that one. Unlike other ones I've seen, this is printed into the material, whereas normally the badge is like sewn onto it. So a little bit different. It's got number 4 on. I've no idea if that's match 4 on. It wasn't sold to me as match 1 or anything.
It's cool. I like it.
Right, that's for later. This is cool. I've been trying to collect this template, which is really weird. I used to hate Nike, but I really enjoyed their 2018 stuff. And this is a player spec version that I got. It's got like the gold tag on there, and it's got all the, is it Vapor Knit? Yeah, Vapor Knit, rather than the other Vapor thing. And I've got Alexis on the back.
Speaking of Nike, did you guys see the post on Twitter where the guy took the hyper macro shot of the new Nike things? That's real. I actually showed the guys the shot.
Yeah.
I bought this Dutch one. Like, you put your camera on, there's a iPhones, and I'm sure Android has a similar thing. There's a magnifier. There is little freaking holograms hidden in there.
It's the same on
fake that.
It's the same on the older ones going back about 10 years. So I was looking at a bunch of mine, looking at the Nike holograms really close in, and in fact I identified a couple of fakes in the collection. That was why I suddenly needed a Serbia shirt at short notice, because I discovered that mine was actually a fake, and that was how I did it, by looking at that. But it was amazing. It was an amazing thread on Twitter. Yeah. Maybe we can link to it from the bottom of the video or something, because it was super used for people.
I'll have a look at that. I've got a digital microscope, so I'm going to.
Well, there you go. Seriously, you'd be able to see it better. If you're doing it with your phone, you almost need to have it on a tripod. Either that, or I need to have a drink before I do it. So I couldn't keep the zoom on this stuff because it was so small.
Yeah.
Where is it you're supposed to look?
On the actual hologram, if you look along the line at the bottom of the hologram, then you can actually see letters printed on the line.
Yeah, in that line, there's actually stuff going on in there.
Yeah, there's
it's like looking at a water bear under a microscope.
Yeah, there's dates and stuff. It's cool.
And Michael Jordan slam dunk and everything, like the Air Jordan thing.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's in this one. Or actually, it might not be in this one, but I think I was showing them on a France shirt that was in the shop, and I didn't know it wasn't a new thing. Oh, jeez.
No. Yeah, I was surprised as well. But if you go all the way down that thread, then there's examples of it going back at least 10 years.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to go through my collection and I'm going to record it, because that sounds.
It's cool. Although the thing is, I don't think it's on template shirts that teams used. So it's only kind of more bespoke shirts that you'll find it on. So it might not be useful for some of those.
To be fair, Nike is mainly bespoke stuff, isn't it? More recent.
Yeah.
Right. Got New Caledonia away, I think it is, the grey one.
Excellent.
Cool. We thought this was impossible to find, and then they started selling them, which is cool.
Yep, they cottoned on, and good on them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The whole of that. I don't know what this is, but it's brilliant. It's like a pot and all sorts of.
Yep. Don't know if anyone knows. Get in touch, because we'd like to know.
Finally got one of these for a decent price. I always used to go on about how I thought this shirt was overrated, but now I've got one. I love it. I think it's brilliant. So I've changed my mind on that.
It is decent, no doubt. It's not my favourite, but it's pretty good. What do you think of it, Sasha? What do you think's the best Germany shirt?
I think this one is by far the most popular in Germany, but I mean, it's okay. I actually liked the away one we had in Brazil, the red one, red and black
red
stripes.
And black hoops. Yeah, it was cool. It'll be kind of iconic forever as well because of that semi-final. So
yeah, I have it with a closer print who got the world record there. So
awesome.
It was kind of perfect.
That one I got it for a bit of a bargain from the guy Northern Ireland Classic shirts.
Yeah,
I think I got it for under 100, which is.
I haven't bought from them yet, but I really want to. They seem like decent people. Their prices are very reasonable.
Yeah. I think his idea was to, like, if he wanted to, he could charge loads for his shirts, but he realizes that actually by keeping them at a decent price,
you sell a
keep
lot
the
more.
spot going.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just seems really decent. And
Yeah.
like, he could have charged 160 for that, and eventually someone would have paid for it. But no, I've got it. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. I wouldn't have.
I guess if you don't have one of those Indiana Jones warehouses to like be putting your stuff in, like certain other, shops, it's better just to keep your inventory flowing through. And
or your house gets full, or your stockroom gets full, and your house gets full, and you're just swimming in shirts the whole time, which sounds great, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
First world problems.
Right, next one. I was over the moon for this. So I've been doing my New Zealand research, and this came up. And someone who was selling it, who I bought from before, a really nice guy. I think he collects, I want to say Turkey shirts. Can't remember. Anyway, he got it from someone who played for Turkey. And I think he thought it was like a reserve thing or something because it had the sponsors on. But I recognised it because I'd found a bunch of photos. They went on a tour of South America and wearing shirts with this sponsor on in, I think, 1995. And when they got to the US, I think it was, they played Turkey in a friendly. So that's clearly where it's from. And it cost me about 50 quid, I think it was.
That's great.
Which is nuts for a match-worn New Zealand shirt from the mid-90s. And they're pretty sought after New Zealand shirts from that era because they didn't really make many replicas available. So I couldn't believe I managed to get that.
Brilliant.
I think I'm almost through them. This is cool. This is the home shirt for Zimbabwe. I think this is a potential winner for Shirt of the Year.
It's awesome. No
Fantastic.
doubt.
I like that one more than the other one.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the, that Australian women's shirt that they used at the Women's World Cup a few years ago, which again had that sort of brushstroke sort of feel to it. And it was a great shirt.
I think that is me done for now.
All right, wicked.